Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're doing something a little bit different, treating our time together as a sort of masterclass portfolio showcase. We're looking at a highly compelling candidate for the accounting and finance faculty position at Southwestern College, Kathmandu. We're going to completely break down the profile of Bhim Prasad Bhattarai, exploring exactly how he bridges that crucial gap between high-level financial theory and actual ground-level classroom practice. So put yourself in the shoes of the hiring committee at Southwestern College, Kathmandu for a second. You have to ask yourself, what truly makes a modern accounting educator stand out beyond just a standard piece of paper, a resume? Is it just the degrees they hold? Or is it their ability to conduct groundbreaking research, actually innovate in the classroom, and uphold the absolute highest standards of professional integrity? Keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through the evidence today. Here is our roadmap for the day. We're going to quickly unpack the candidate's academic foundation, dive into his advanced research, check out his teaching methods, his assessment strategies, the environments he's thrived in, and his proven decade-long track record. Let's jump right in. Section 1, meet the candidate, academic and professional foundation. When you look at his educational journey, you see a really inspiring trajectory of continuous, nonstop growth. Starting from a 59% in his SLC, he literally climbed his way up to a highly impressive 3.46 CGPA for his Master of Business Studies from Tribhuvan University. But here's the kicker. He also holds a one-year B.Ed, which gives him formal pedagogical training on top of his hard financial expertise, and he's currently pursuing his MPhil in finance at the prestigious Kathmandu University School of Management. Plus, he's even got 30 hours of certified speech and anchoring training. This is a guy who knows his subject and knows exactly how to communicate it. That commitment to lifelong learning is exactly the kind of energy you want in a higher ed faculty member. Section 2, Advanced Financial Research, Theory and Innovation. Now, moving to his theoretical expertise, this is where things get really interesting. His current research dives deep into behavioral intentions toward cryptocurrency in Nepal. He uses the technology acceptance model, which is essentially a classic framework used to measure how and why users adopt new tech, and he applies it to a highly specific, legally constrained environment. He isn't just up there lecturing from a dusty old textbook. He's actively researching decentralized currency, peer-to-peer transactions, and blockchain. In this research, he carefully balances the perceived usefulness, things like how crypto lowers transaction costs and offers instant global access, against the perceived risk. And in Nepal, where cryptocurrency is strictly prohibited, those risks are huge: massive volatility, fraud, and serious legal trouble. To actually get real data on this hidden demographic, he used snowball sampling to survey over 270 users. That level of analytical depth is absolutely crucial when you are guiding BBA and BBS students through complex modern financial markets. Moving right along, Section 3, Innovative Teaching Methods. Practice in the classroom. Look, it is one thing to understand the intricacies of blockchain. It is a totally different thing to successfully teach a crowded classroom of students. Check out these mnemonics pulled directly from his customized Class 10 account notes. To remember the 5 filing methods, his students use ANSGE, alphabetical, numeric, subject, geographical, electronic. To memorize the strict formatting of an official written note, or a Tipani, they learn SRBST, subject, reference, background, suggestion, signature. He engineers the material for actual retention. He's giving students practical, easy-to-use tools to succeed when exam day comes. Section 4, Holistic Assessment Strategies, Evaluating Success. Teaching is honestly only half the battle, right? Accurately evaluating that learning is the other half. He deeply understands the need to balance formative evaluation, that ongoing regular feedback meant to improve learning day by day, with summative evaluation, which is the big final certification of competence at the end of a term. Bhim Prasad Bhattarai recognizes that assessment isn't just about throwing a grade on a paper. It's a highly interactive process that completely changes the dynamics in the classroom and directly impacts the student's confidence. Just notice the highly specific internal assessment structure he manages for grades 11 and 12 under the National Curriculum Framework. Out of a 25-mark total, 8 are purely for project work, 8 for educational tours, 6 for internal exams, and 3 for participation. By strictly structuring these metrics, he guarantees that practical, applied knowledge is accurately tracked. He doesn't treat internal marks as just a procedural obligation or a free pass. This maintains complete transparency and absolute fairness for every student. Section 5, The Educational Environment, Discipline and Values.
The fact that he currently operates at the Nepal Police School in Samakhusi proves a lot about his adaptability. He thrives in an environment that heavily blends modern technology. We're talking multimedia, digital classes, e-libraries, and platforms like Midos and Collabs with incredibly strict institutional discipline. That school focuses heavily on physical, social, emotional, and moral development. If he can excel in an environment that demands both high academic performance and rigorous moral character, he is absolutely prepared for the professional culture at Southwestern College. And finally, Section 6, a proven track record, over 10 years of experience. When we look at his timeline over the last decade, you see consistent, undeniable upward growth. He started back in 2012 teaching high school accounting at Janata MAVI, then advanced to become the BBS coordinator at Lumbini Vision College, where he managed exams and annual planning. He also taught BBA and MBS students, spent time at Morgan International College, and is now at the Nepal Police School. But here is a really surprising fact. Alongside all of his teaching, from 2016 to 2024, he also served as the managing director of View Global Multipurpose. He literally brings a decade of actual, real-world corporate management experience directly into his academic classrooms. And crucially for any hiring committee, he backs all of his impressive credentials with absolute professional integrity. This explicit declaration of a completely clean disciplinary and criminal record assures the institution that they are bringing on a faculty member who represents the absolute highest ethical standards. There are no red flags here, just a solid, dependable professional with excellent references from his previous academic roles. I want to wrap up with this motto: better schooling for ideal citizens. It perfectly encapsulates his holistic approach. He isn't just training students to pass an exam. He is using advanced research, highly structured assessments, and his own real-world business experience to educate future financial leaders. As we look at the rapid evolution of higher education today, it leaves us with one final critical question. Are our institutions merely hiring people to read from textbooks? Or are we actively seeking out practitioner scholars who can truly bridge the gap between theory and the real world? Thank you so much for walking through this explainer with me.